Hey guys, it's JohnyTechReview. Today I have a quick unboxing and review for you of this NextX Nano Quadcopter. This is my first Nano Quadcopter. It's pretty small, came in just a non-discrete package here. So on the side here we have some information. Look like the battery is 100 milliamp, 3.7 volt. Ring is 35 meters, so about 100 feet or so. And here's some specification in the unit. Wow, this is really small. This is my hand, had a medium-sized hand as you can see here. So it just looks like it's about 2.5 inches across. A little small user manual. And here is the little controller. In the accessory package we have just an extra set of blades, so 4 white blades and a USB charging cable. So again, here's the tiny little Nano Quadcopter, and at the bottom here we have the battery, which is not removable of course, so you have to just charge it up and play with it, similar to some of the smaller helicopter that I played with before. So yeah, we'll have to charge this, play with it for a while, and I'll get back with you guys with some feedback. Guys, I've been playing with this NextX Nano Quadcopter for the past week or so, and so far it's been a pretty fun quadcopter to play with. As you can see here, this is a very small quadcopter. Due to its small size, playing indoor is very fun because you actually have a lot of space to play with, and in my house it works quite well. So the controller setting you can see is right here. Yeah, you have some button on the controller here, which I'll show you right now. You have your typical throttle up and down, and then you have turning left and right. You have pitch forward, pitch back, and then roll left and roll right. There's the on-off switch, and then down here you have 2 buttons. One button is for the speed. You have a fast and a slow, and the other one here is the 360 inversion. You press it down, it will make a beep, and then you can just use one of these arrow key, and it will invert the quadcopter for 360, come right back to its side like this. Up top you also have 2 buttons. These are for trimming left and right, and then you can trim forward and backward also using this button here. And that's basically the whole unit. There's not much more to that. The controller is pretty small, and my medium-sized hand here works pretty well on it. I did found that flying this quadcopter at first could be a little bit challenging because the throttle response is very sensitive. The quadcopter itself is also very light, so when you just give it a little bit of power, it actually flies up really high, and then if you pull down too fast, you're dropping it too low. So yeah, it's very responsive to the throttle, so just take it very easy on the throttle. So if you turn it on, for the first time there's a switch right here of course. Just turn it on, and you place it flat on the surface just like that. You can turn the controller on like this, and you can see now it's already powered. And now we can just take off, and you can see here it take off pretty fast. The throttle is very responsive, as you can see here. And yeah, when you pair it properly, the light will be solid, and after playing, when it runs low on battery, it will basically blink, and then after about 20 seconds after that, it will basically stop working. So yeah, you have about 20-30 seconds to basically bring it down. So which lead me to the battery. The battery on this guy is pretty decent. It will take roughly about 30 to 40 minutes. I would say about 40 minutes to charge this. You can use this little special cable they have here. Just plug this in your computer or your USB charger and plug this in down. 40 minutes later, it's ready to go. So for 40-minute charge, you're getting about 7-minute playtime approximately. So playing it with low, high wind, indoor, outdoor, I get about 7 minutes or so, maybe a little bit over. But yeah, 7 minutes is roughly the average. After that, you have to recharge it, and of course the battery is built in, so you cannot just take this battery out and swap for something else. Maybe if you really want to, you can cut it out and mod it, but yeah, by default it's logged in right here. The blade guard itself works pretty well. It will keep your quadcopter from being damaged, the blade at least. But once in a while, if you land it down like this, maybe you hit it sideways something, you hit this blade. And one time my blade actually got stuck. I just had to pull it out and push it back in, and it works fine again. So if your blade gets stuck, just pull it out and put it back in, because if it's going too deep, it could get stuck. You also have an extra set of blades so that you can replace these if they get damaged. But if you keep on this blade guard here, it's going to work real well for you, so no problem. Finally, I want to get into the range of this guy. It's a pretty small quadcopter, so you probably don't want to go too far out, but they rated for 30 meters, so I just want to test that. And outdoor, I was able to push over 100 feet with no problem. You should be able to get 30 meters with no problem with this unit if you're not having a lot of wind or interference. But yeah, after about 30 or 40 feet, you're not going to be able to see anything, so you might as well just bring it back. Yeah, but you can go further than that if you wanted to. The controller itself, just take 2 AAA battery, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 2 AAA battery. I got these 2 rechargeable now, and it works quite well. But if you have good battery, of course you're gonna have better range, so just keep that in mind when you're using this unit. So to me overall, it's a very fun little quadcopter. It's definitely a toy. And for anyone who just want to play with quadcopter but don't have the space for it, or you just want to start with something simple and inexpensive, this is a good option here to play with. The throttle control is a little bit tough to deal with, but you know, as you're getting better and better, just take your time and go easy on the throttle and you get it. On the high speed, you will find that throttling and tunneling and everything is also very fast, so keep it on the low speed when you first start out with. But on the high speed, there you should be able to handle a stronger wind with no issue. So that's pretty much my quick review of this small little Nano Quadcopter. I hope it helped you in your purchase decision, and if you have any question, let me know in the comment below. And as always, stay tuned for future review. Thank you.